Welcome, everyone, to the Legends of Sport podcast. I'm your host, Andy Bernstein. We are thrilled to bring this week's episode to all of you with the legendary Pau Gasol. This is the second time we've had Pau on the podcast, but it's the first time I can refer to him as a Hall of Famer. Pau is a fierce competitor and helped lead the Lakers to NBA championships in 2009 and 2010. He and Kobe were truly one of the great 1-2 duos in NBA history. So enjoy this conversation with the legendary Pau Gasol. And as always, I'll see you on the backside.
I mean, we know that one of the words that Kobe hated the most was potential. Like when people said, "Oh, he's reached his potential," or "I feel I've reached my potential," like that word didn't exist in his vocabulary because potential is limiting. And when you came to the Lakers from day one, you were challenged to put all that aside, what other people might have thought, you might have thought, and really see firsthand with him, and you say, Phil and your other teammates, what that next level could be. Was there ever any doubt that you could attain that? You could go higher than, I always call it like the sixth gear of life. Like you just go that a higher gear than most people are not capable of doing.
Well, there's no. I mean, I always felt that never set any limitations to what you can accomplish. Just put in the work. Just push yourself. Just surround yourself with other great professionals, minds, individuals that they can push you. They can hold you accountable. They can elevate you. You can elevate them. And that's how you accomplish things that you could have never thought of, right? If you set yourself, this is great, or I'm already in the NBA, or I'm already being an all-star, or I'm already scoring 20 points a game. What else? This is as good as I can be. Well, then that's when you start declining. That's when you're putting a top to what you can do. And I think to me, being lending and joining the team and having Kobe just told me, and that's what leadership is about, right? Or great leadership is about. Is, hey, let's go win a championship right here, right now. We're not talking about next season. Right here, right now, in February. It doesn't matter. We didn't even look at the standings. The team was 6, I think, at the time. We didn't look at anything. We just go out there. Let's just be the best team. Let's go win a championship right now. So then that change of mindset, change your conviction, your confidence level, your determination. It's like, we're going to go out there. We're going to try to be the best team on the court every single night and give ourselves a chance to win a title. And quickly things kind of came together, and we gave ourselves a chance. We fell short that first year around, but that was part of our process and journey in order to get the next two. And and who knows what would have happened again if you get the 08. Let's see what happens in 09 and 10. So again, having that clear leadership from Kobe, from my teammates, from the coach and the coaching staff, it was just it was key for me to flip the switch. I said, okay, this is what it is. I'm all in. I'm all in.
Yeah. So you guys went up against the Celtics in 08. They were probably, I don't want to say destined, but, the big three and all that. And I remember just how incredibly physical that series was, especially with you and KG. I mean, it was just off the chart. And you guys fall short in that series. Of course, we all know that Kobe was famously said that he would never retire until he beat the Celtics in the finals. You win in 09, which was unbelievable, but then you get them again in 2010. By that point, Pal, let me ask you something. Did the Lakers-Celtic rivalry, that's decades long, right? It's embedded in both cities, both franchises. Did that sink into you by that point?
I think it sank in more at that time than it did before, when I was just I feel like in 08, I was just kind of trying to absorb everything as quickly as I could. Everything, I was kind of feeling like I was playing a little catch up, but at the same time, try to perform and try to do my very best as I was figuring things out.
Yeah.
But in 2010, now I was more obviously having the experience of having lost in 08 against the Celtics. So that's already, you don't hear about the history or the past or the previous battles. Now you actually have some history yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you're more aware of those also matchups during the regular season. You feel it more. Now you're more present, you're more established. So now you get a bigger sense that you are part of that legacy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's up to you, and you have a say on how that history is played, mm-hmm. and what is going to be written, mm-hmm. About you and your team, yeah. and the outcome of that. So that's what I focused on, and obviously it was a great ending in those finals and that legacy.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I remember when Jordan kept losing to the Pistons. Every year Bulls and Pistons would play each other, and Pistons would just beat them up. And Michael just spent that summer getting bigger, stronger with the goal to like be able to withstand the hurricane. Yeah, and in your documentary, there was a moment in your fantastic, by the way, Amazon documentary, which I wasn't aware of until you pointed it out to me, and I watched it. Doc Rivers really attributed, of course, the opposing coach, he attributed almost the entire Laker success to your success against KG, and kind of putting KG, being able to withstand, what he brought to the table, which, as we know, was just ferocious. Coming from Spain and seeing a lot of international basketball myself, it's not necessarily the most physical aspect of professional basketball. How did what was that transition for you like? Coming to the NBA, it's a much, you were kind of skinny guy when you came in. You had to put on some weight, put on some muscle.
That's right.
Do you remember just?
Yeah, I do. No, I do. That was one of my focus from the very beginning. I was I was a lightweight. I was very skinny. Yeah. I mean, I had speed and versatility going for me and skill, which I try to use that, and that allowed me to be successful also early on. But I still needed to put in some muscle just to be able to compete better, and protect myself. So that was a point of emphasis from the beginning. As I came into the league, I remember my first weight was 227 pounds. When I got pretty much when I was with the Lakers in that year, 09, 010, it was around 260, 265. So it was 40 pounds of muscle that I was able to gain, and I put on throughout my career. Then later on, you had to lose some of that weight because the game sped up, and now you didn't need to bang as much, and you just needed to keep up with the cardio, and you need a lighter weight to go up and down. But at that time, it was important for me. Those series, the playoff runs are highly physical, and I was playing a lot of minutes. I mean, probably around 40 minutes a night. And I had to, those matchups were great. Loved those matchups, but I obviously had to go with KG. But then he had Kendrick Perkins coming off the bench, and also his whole mission was just to, bang you as much as possible and beat you up, and use those hard fouls. And then, the first round we had PJ Brown, which he did a fantastic job for them, was a good piece. And then you had Rashid also on that second team on 10 that, he was also trying to get anher championship. And
I forgot about those guys.
So those guys, it wasn't just like a fully only KG matchup. You had to go through a few guys to, obviously Lamar and Andrew helped out and did their part really well. But it was, it was a grind, but it was whatever it took. It didn't matter. That's kind of when you're in that winning mindset. You just you have to go through teams, guys, in order to be the champion.
Mm-hmm.